Dear students, today we are continuing with the lesson time series. Students, out of 4 components of time series, we are going to learn more about the secular trend as it is the long-term measurement. There are 3 methods to measure the secular trend: graphical method or method of freehand curve, method of moving average and method of least squares. First one, graphical method. In this method, we will draw the graph of the given data by taking time on x-axis and measurement, that is xt, that is the value of the variable to the corresponding time t, along y-axis. Then after drawing the graph, a freehand smooth curve is plotted or drawn on the same graph to indicate the general trend, that whether it is positive trend or negative trend or upward trend or downward trend. Now this freehand smooth curve drawn by different researchers may be different, so it is a disadvantage because different researchers may draw different trend lines for the same set of data. So it is a disadvantage. So we have to go for the next method. Let us see one example for the graphical method. Here the data is given years and the number of crimes in the years. And first we will draw this curve using the given data by plotting the points. In 81 there are 40 crimes, and 82 42 crimes, 83 43 crimes, and etc. And 91 there are 46 crimes. Or we will join these points and get the graph of this given data. And this dotted line represents the freehand smooth curve. That is, it represents what the data, that is, it is upward trend. That is, it goes on increasing year by year. There are fluctuations, still it is going up only. That is, it is a positive trend or upward trend. Now the second method of moving averages. In this method, from the given data, we will find the average of period k is formed by calculating the arithmetic means of k successive observations. If there are 10 observations, suppose, we will calculate the arithmetic mean of 3 observations or 4 observations successively. Then this method begins with the first k observation and find the arithmetic mean. Let's learn the steps to calculate the moving average. First, we will write all the values and time and values in a given table, and then we find or calculate the arithmetic mean of first k observations, that is the values of the variable. First k values, it can be even or odd. K can be even or odd, that is, suppose we are going to find the arithmetic mean of first 2 values or first 3 values, like that. So after finding the arithmetic mean of k observations, we write in the table along the middle value of the respective k observations if k is odd. That is, if k is odd, we will get a middle value. So we write the arithmetic mean along it. And if k is even, then what we will do? There are 2 middle values. So we cannot write the arithmetic mean along a particular value. So we will write the arithmetic mean along the middle part of the 2 middle values of k observations. And second step is, after writing the first arithmetic mean, we will leave the first observation and then consider the next k observations and continue the same procedure. And this process continues till the average of the last k observations is found. Now, first moving average can be like x1 plus x2 plus etc. xk, k observations upon number k. Similarly, second moving average, after leaving the first one, will start with the x2. Then k observation is obtained by considering xk plus 1. And similarly, third moving average will be consider leaving x1 and x2, first two observations, and then from x3 we will get k observation till xk plus 2 and find this average. And this method of moving average is flexible because if a few observations are added to the given series, there won't be any change in the calculation of previously calculated averages. Now there are some important points in this. If in case where k is even, after finding the arithmetic mean of k observation, a subsequent 2-unit moving average is calculated, because after finding the arithmetic mean you can observe that the values are not along the given years. So if we are asked to draw the graph, we cannot draw the graph by taking the values of xt, that is the after the values here means the moving averages. After finding it, we cannot plot these moving averages along a particular value if k is even. So we have to calculate again a 2-unit moving average from these already calculated averages. That is considering the means calculating the arithmetic mean of 2 units. The same procedure how we calculated the k averages, averages of k observations. And then we can get the resulting moving average values correspond to the given observed values of the given time series. Okay. Now the method of moving averages is flexible because if a few observations are added to the given series, the moving average is calculated earlier not affected, that we have already discussed. Now the example let us see. Here it is odd number, k is odd, and here it is ko even. Now years are given and corresponding values of the variable, and 5 yearly moving average here calculated. First we calculated the total, and see the first 5 values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 values are added and found the total here, and then we divide this total by 5 to get this arithmetic mean or average. And this is the trend value. So if we are asked to draw the trend line, then we can mark this point, plot this point, and join these points, we will get to the trend line. And the next total is obtained by leaving the first value, and from second 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 values are added and we write this total in the middle of this value. And then divide this value by 5 and get this average or arithmetic mean 18.04. Similarly, we are getting all these values. Okay. And these first 2 points, there is no total because we don't get 5 points from this. So we leave these 2 points. Now next case, k is even, that is k is equal to 4 here. That is we are going to find the arithmetic mean of first 4 observation and successively. Years and values are written, and consider the 4 observations and find the total. And we cannot write the total or average after finding the average along a particular value because there are 2 values coming in the middle. So the middle part of these 2 values we write the average, total, after that average. So similarly we completed all these averages, and here we know it is not along a particular year to draw the graph. So we will find the 2-unit moving average by finding the total. That is, consider the first 2 averages and find its total. 3.9 and 4.1, total is 8 and its average is 8 upon 2. So 8 upon 2 is 4 here. And then 4, you can check this, 4 is along the year 1989. So we can plot the point on the graph. Similarly, find the arithmetic means of these already calculated 4 yearly moving averages and get the values along the years. And we can draw the graph easily. Third method of least squares. This is the most objective and the best method of determining the trend in a given time series. The method begins with the selection of appropriate form of the trend equation and then proceeds with the estimation of the unknown constants in this equation. We consider the trend line. It is a line, so we consider the straight line relationship between the variables xt and t, and consider the equation as xt is equal to a plus bt, where a variable value is related with the time. Now, using the method of least square, and we don't want the theory part here, using the method of least square we can form the normal equations. We can form the equation, two equations we will form to find the unknowns. There are two unknown quantities a and b. So we will consider the two equations from this basic equation using the method of least square. That is, sigma xt is equal to n into a plus sigma t. And sigma, first multiply all the equation by t and then find the sum of the values. Then you will get sigma t xt is equal to a into sigma t plus b into sigma t square. Here n into a is come because a is taken n times. So a plus etc plus a n times is n into a. Now these equations are called normal equations, and we solve these equations to find the value of a and b. Then we substitute in this equation. Then we can get the values and the years, and we using this we can plot the points on the graph also. So this is called the equation of the trend line. And sums in this exercise are solved. Sums in the exercise of this lesson are solved in the next video. Thank you.